This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Hello everyone! How are you? This is Ria Luz of Buhay Amerika. Welcome to our live show at Entre Mujeres Radio and Emotion Radio, EMR. And today we are again continuously celebrating this month of March as the International Women's Month. And I'm very grateful, very excited to have with me my co-host, the one and only, my beautiful sister, Miss Glenda Lambert, as our Global Women's Peace Network Chair and our Southwest Region Coordinator. Welcome to Buhay sa Amerika, Glenda.
Wonderful and acknowledging, and I'm so happy to be here. I know everybody from Holland and from Suriname and the Philippines are watching us morning, night, or evening time. So I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Glenda, for allowing to be here. I know you're very busy, and all the other women that we will have on our show are top BIP, as well as not only BIP, but they are our sisters. And tonight, we are going to celebrate our International Women's Month, which we've been planning for a long, long time to have this radio talk together with them. So without further ado, let's welcome them now.
Of course.
And I'll begin with the biggest name of all, our National President of the Women's Federation for World Peace, Miss Angelika Selle, is here with us.
Wow.
And right there, and of course, our beautiful and very able Dr. Susan Taffer of the World Connection Foundation and the doctoral chair at Grand Canyon University and our Global Women's Chair, West Coast Region.
Yep.
Hey, look at, there she is with all the titles.
Awesome.
I cannot mention all the titles, so I better just mention the most important one. And of course, being our Global Women's Peace Network chair in our Southwest region.
Wow.
And last but not the least, Glenda, this is the woman we all have fun to be around her. The one and only, our beautiful sister, Miss Kim M. Evans, the founder at Your Wings LLC, the owner and founder, and the former executive director at Washington's National Park Fund, and the advisor of Arizona Global Women's Peace Network Chapter.
Oh.
Welcome to Buhay sa Amerika.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Well, Glenda, let's ask them to say a few words to greet wherever they are at right now, because the two of us are here, and they're somewhere in California and East Coast.
Yes.
Miss President Angelica, would you want to greet all our sisters and brothers worldwide?
Absolutely. Happy International Women's Month. Give yourself a round of applause if you're a woman right now, wherever you are. We're celebrating, we're acknowledging, we're uplifting we are reflecting on the amazing contributions women have made throughout history and today. And I'm just so thrilled to be on this show. Thank you, Miss Luria Luz and Miss Glenda Lambert. So to bring us all together with these excellent and stellar women. It's a joy to be a woman. Would you not agree?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Angelica. How about our Dr. Susan Taffer to greet your wonderful audience and students of...
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And as President Angelica said, what a great time to be a woman, a time to step forward. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yep.
So welcome, everyone. Congratulations for being here, because we have an exciting discussion opportunity and we can't wait to get your questions. A special thank you to Sister Glenda and especially to Sister Ria for putting this all together, and my peers who are amazing, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Welcome.
Yes, thank
Looking
you.
forward.
Yes. And our Miss Kim Evans.
Yes, thank you, especially Ria. You have been talking about wanting us to be on for 2 years, and I think it's divine that all of a sudden it happened in this month, the International Women's Month.
Yes.
And so it's a delight to be here with you, Ria and Glenda, and thank you so much for having us. And I feel so honored to be with all of these women. And I'm looking forward to having the next fun hour with all of you. And hello throughout the world.
Yes,
Awesome.
right there. As finally it came out, your titles. And Glenn, we were just talking about, our topic today is about finding true women leaders in our time.
Right.
So these are all the finest, not only, they're just few of the many finest women that we know in our history at this time, and we work with them.
Right.
They're all accomplished women. So even our Dr. Glenda Lambert here, she's on her way to being a doctor, and plus with all the things that you could share with us, Glenn, greet and tell them what is in store for today.
Well, I think we're going to have an exciting hours with all these ladies here. First of all, I want to say that, you know, each one of us is looking for that true woman in our life. And for me, of course, it's going to be my mom, because she's my role model. But when you really look further, you really realize that, my goodness, there's so many awesome women out there. So, but we picked out one person that we really want to highlight, want to, you know, showcase what she has done in her life and how it has affected each one of us here, all these ladies. So I want to say that we're going to talk with her about the memoir we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about how our experiences were with her, and it is Dr. Hakyahan Moon. But most of all, we're also going to talk a little bit more about what is the Women's Federation, what is the Global Women's Peace Network, and hopefully, you know, Ria can then all put it all together.
Yes, and thank you, Glenn, for putting it all already. I'm sure many of our audience are already excited. And actually, I want to mention that we are broadcasting this live on Buhay sa Amerika Facebook page and Buhay sa Amerika YouTube channel, as well as Entre Mujeres Radio and Emotion Radio, EMR. By the way, we wanted to greet our producer of Entre Mujeres Radio, Javier Acosta. Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday, Javier!
Yes, even though it is a Women's Month, but without the support of Javier Acosta to his beautiful wife, Veronica, Entre Mujeres Radio would not be possible.
Right.
So salute to all the men as well who've been supporting us. And thank you so much. Finally, we see again our beautiful panels. And I was just telling that on this broadcast, we wanted to highlight how accomplished all the panelists that we have, Dr. Susan Taffer, President Angelika Selle, and our beautiful sister Kim Evans. And we want, as you can just see, in Dr. Susan Taffer's back, we were just mentioning, I cannot mention all the titles she has. And Dr. Susan, you have something you shared earlier about those titles. Would you mind sharing to us?
I'd be happy to, Rhea. Thank you so much. I use this with my students in the doctoral program when they're working hard to move through their education, as well as other trainings that I do. And I demonstrate that this is an example of what women expect of themselves in order to step forward to be a leader.
Right.
And what we're hoping to do is encourage women not to rely on just that, because women are powerful, exciting, intelligent, and can contribute in any area of their life. Right. And all these degrees are not necessary. It happens to be a fun project that I started years ago, and I was on a trajectory. I don't do that anymore. There's only one title that's important to me, and my name's Susan. So thank you.
That shows also her humility. And our President Angelika Selle, we know how busy she is being the national president of Women's Federation for World Peace, USA. So maybe she can give us a small glimpse of what is Women's Federation for World Peace and what she's been doing lately. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Yes, the Women's Federation for World Peace is exactly what it says. Women working for world peace. And it was began in 1992 when it was co-founded by Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, the founder, and her husband, her late husband, Reverend Dr. Sun Myung Moon. And they were divinely inspired, I would say, in 1992 to already at that time announce the arrival of the era of women. They believe that women will have a pivotal role to play in the peacemaking process, and the time is now. So it is an NGO in general consultative status at the United Nations. We have chapters in 190 nations. Here in the US, we have 35. And we continuously work with women of all ages, all backgrounds. It is a very universal organization, spiritually based and socially expressed, if I could say that. Bringing together women of all backgrounds and all cultures, all religions, it doesn't matter. You're focusing on the essence of the philosophy, which is living for the sake of others. Right. It is a very simple philosophy, but very hard to practice. That's why the uniqueness of this organization also is in that the founders themselves have been our role models in practicing that. And that's what attracted me. And I was very honored when I was asked, actually tomorrow it's going to be exactly 10 years ago, March 21st, that I was officially appointed to this position.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. I have grown so much myself. It's a privilege, it's an honor to work with women because we inherit from one another. We share wisdom that is in no book to be found.
Right.
Yes.
All cultures from every race, every religion have an incredible wisdom to share. And that's what Women's Federation is all about, to empower each other with each other's hearts, actually. It's a focus is on the motherly heart.
Yes, and that's why we can't wait to hear more about this woman that we wanted to talk about. But I wanted to ask also our sister Kim Evans to share what she's doing right now. I know she has a lot of things she has been doing for the world as well. Kim, tell us what you're doing right now.
Well, I recently moved to California, and I still have my office in Scottsdale, Arizona, so I'm enjoying commuting between the two states. I have an international business, and I have clients throughout the world. But what spoke to me about this organization when Susan introduced me just slightly over 2 years ago was what Angelica just spoke, is that it's living in to give back to others. And I've been volunteering since I was a sophomore in high school. That was something that my parents passed on to me to give back to others. And the more that I learned about this organization, the more that it spoke to me. And as you've all said, it spoke to my heart. Wow. And so I'm just so delighted to be here today.
Wow. We are so honored to have you and all these amazing women. With this, we have to cut for now and share more in the next segment of this chapter, of this episode. So Javier, we're ready for commercial. See you again. We'll be back right after this.
Nagbabalik po ang Buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay sa Amerika!
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhea Luz.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Buhay sa Amerika. This is Rhea Luz and I have with me my beautiful sister, Miss Glenda Lambert of the Global Women's Peace Network Chair and the sub-region coordinator of the Southwest region coordinator. Glenn, you've been getting more and more responsibility as I have seen you all throughout these years, and I truly appreciate you being my elder sister and a great mentor. I have learned so much through the Women's Federation for World Peace. That's why on this show, we are honoring the Global Women's Peace Network and the Women's Federation for World Peace in recognizing the International Women's Month. And earlier we have met our wonderful panelists, and we know how much accomplished they are. And as we are talking about who is a true woman role model we can find in this time of history. Right?
Right. I love the title, by the way.
Thank you.
I love it.
I think that's what we all are looking for at this time, especially in this crisis that we have. So let's bring back our panelists so we can see them more. And yes, when I see them, I get more energized because they are my inspiration. They are not only they help me to be a better person, but they truly, in fact, Women's Federation was the reason why I have the radio show. And so, thank you, President Angelika Selle, for all the support, and of course, the woman we wanted to talk about. We have known, we are saying, finding true woman leader at this time in history. So may we request our President Angelika Selle to start and introduce to us who is the woman at this time in history that you would consider a role model for today's world and our present time.
Thank you for asking that question. There's only one name that comes to mind.
Yes.
Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon.
Wow.
Amazing woman from the East.
Yes.
Feminine nature and incredible internal power and love and faith and a persistent commitment to her calling, which is bringing peace to the world. And Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon has been my role model because I was looking, when I was 18 years old, I was looking for a role model. In fact, I have a wonderful mother, a faithful woman, always praying, and I'm very spiritually interested myself. I love God and I love people. And I was looking for a woman leader also who would exemplify those qualities. I read women books about women, queens in Europe, all kinds of political leaders, and there are incredible women everywhere, and every woman needs to be celebrated, by the way. However, for me, I found a woman that resonated with my own personal calling and my own vision. Was creating peace. I love St. Francis, coming from a Catholic background, and I just thought it must be possible, but how, right? So when I met her and her husband some 40 years ago, which was like yesterday, They had a similar philosophy and they were practicing it. And I thought, this is really what I'm looking for, the lifestyle of living for the sake of others and to go through difficulties, overcome them with love, For example, Mother Moon has given birth to 14 children.
14.
That alone is like a credential that no one else can deny, right? 14 children, 5 of whom she lost to the other world. They passed away. But she did not stop her in her commitment to our Creator to continue the path for peace. To give and give and give and forget and forgive and love her enemies. I have never seen many women and men who were able to do that. With the course that she had to go, to claim that calling was given to her. It was unspeakably difficult. And that's what I admire. We are not just looking for glorious women who have titles and look good. We're looking for substance here.
Yes.
We're looking, how can I live a good life? And she is that to me.
Wow.
Thank you, President Angelica Selle. And Glenn, we know that our Dr. Susan Taffer and our Miss Kim Evans had been to Korea,
Yes.
and themselves has saw and experienced being around Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, and this is something they haven't shared in public. And this time we want to hear the trip that Dr. Susan Taffer and Kim Evans just experienced before the pandemic. Would you be able to share with us your experience with Dr. Hak Jahan Moon in 2020? Dr. Susan?
Certainly, I'll begin. As President Angelica said, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon is someone who not only exemplifies but practices the concept of creating a world of peace,
Right.
not only personally through her own courageous efforts and hard work, but also in the realities of having an effect. And I think that's what's important here is the number of very powerful, outstanding leaders from around the world recognize her as being a very loving, impactful, brilliant woman who brings not only the intellect of her ability to engage with people from around the world with different cultures and ideas and religion and all the other things that keep us separated, and bring them to the table and create an environment where we can talk to each other and then create a world of peace. So she has that ability, and they recognize it, and therefore when we were there in Korea, it was obvious. When 7,000 people show up in response to her call for communicating with each other to create peace, they're there. And very, very powerful people, presidents of countries, dignitaries from around the world, religious leaders, and I could go on, but I'll give the floor to our Kim Evans now so she can share her experience.
Yes, I'd love to hear that, Kim. Finally.
Well, it was such an honor to be asked to be one of the delegates from the United States and representing Arizona.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to expect. Her memoir, which we're going to be talking more about, had not been released yet, but I had heard so many amazing things. And that's why they call her Mother of Peace. And so to actually be in her presence and look around, and as Susan shared, to see all of these ambassadors and dignitaries and presidents of other nations, and to see that a woman brought all of these people together in the pursuit of peace. And I believe that that's what's needed now, and that's what she talks about, and the fact of we need to also lead by our heart. We need to lead by love, not just in war and not in conflict. And men have done a great job throughout the years, but yet the scales have been tipped. And she wants to bring us into balance again and bring us into alignment so that we're connecting not just with our heads but with our heart.
Right.
Yes.
And when everyone was there and in that room, and when she would get up to speak, there was silence because she speaks in such a way that brings us all together. And it doesn't matter what country or what religious background you're from or what color you are. We were all there to be united in the pursuit of peace. And so I felt so honored to be there. And from that trip, then Susan and I came back, felt totally inspired, and spoke with our delegates in Arizona. And then that's how we ended up creating the magazine that we'll also be talking about, that showcases several of the women in Arizona. And we could have showcased so many more, but then the pandemic happened.
Yes.
So it was an honor, and I just, because of my own teachings from my family and my mentors, it's so wonderful to know that there's a woman today that is a huge mentor in our lives, all of us that are here, and I just feel privileged to be able to walk in her footsteps.
Thank you. That is so beautiful,
Wow.
Kim. It took us 2 years to hear that directly, and thank you so much. I mean, we've worked with you and Dr. Susan, but it's been like right after you came back from Korea, it's a boom, 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 boom. We never stop until we come up to this magazine. And as I was telling, Dr. Susan and I conceived the magazine, but Kim and Glenda actually delivered this magazine.
I have to say Kim did. What amazing magazine is that, you know, with all we're carrying in the world, our mothers, we're carrying the world.
Yes,
beautiful.
Yes.
Really
and,
nice.
Did you like that? We conceived and then they delivered.
Yes.
It's really a woman's power.
Awesome.
And
If I can say something, you know, it is really that is where the power of Mother Moon comes in.
Yes.
Yes.
Her being who she is, she motivates people, right?
Yes.
She didn't act, right? And that's one aspect I like about her leadership. She combines the sacred and the secular in a very beautiful way, because her power comes from the inside. She's leading from the inside, which is not just a political figure. And she's not even political, but she is definitely an example of a leadership from the heart. That's why we feel that, right? When we're in her presence.
And the best thing about that is all these accomplished men and women are really realizing who she is now. And that's why in our next segment, we'll be able to share more deeply. How about you, Glenn? Do you have anything to add?
I'm just want to say that I'm so impressed with, you know, what I heard just now of the three ladies, you know, President Selly, my Dr. Susan, my wonderful friend Kim, you know, their experience, you know, with Dr. Moon. It was just amazing. I'm just waiting for the next summit so I can finally go with a whole group of women, you know, to truly have that same experience that they had while they went to Korea.
Yes.
But well, maybe next time we can all go.
Yes,
What do you think?
and I'm sure more of us will go.
More of us will go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Glenn, you were talking about earlier what impressed you with Dr. Hak Johan Moon going to Africa. Would you like to share about that?
You know, as an African American woman, I really have to say that, you know, I've been asked, you know, oh, Glenda, why do you follow this Asian woman? And I said, well, she's more than a color, you know, she is Mother Earth. And the reason why I'm so impressed with her is when she went to Africa. And if you know, Africa has been seen as many people by, you know, underdeveloped, we're not great. But I have to say she went to Goree Island, which was one of the not very famous islands where slavery started. You know, all the slaves were put on the ship, sent to England or Europe, and also were sent to the Americas. But she could go there and really stand at that door of no return and truly bring forgiveness or liberation, truly liberated, you know, Africa. And since that time, she has been calling Africa Heavenly Africa.
Yes.
So the amazing healing that she brought there to Africa was needed. Because of that, she could really become one of the key I would say speakers or key person that the mayor of Goree Island gave to her because of what she has done for Africa. So I think that is why, as an African American woman, I'm incredibly, you know, grateful for that, and that is what I wanted to share today.
Wonderful statement, Glenn. And as we, especially as you mentioned, at this time in history, we really need such kind of woman
Right.
And not only one woman. That's why we need to support her.
Yeah.
Because she need all the women to support her.
Right.
And this time in our situation in America and all throughout the world, she is not only leading Africa, but the world as well, to realize one global family.
Right.
And that is thinking of the 7.8 billion people of
That
the
is
world.
her concern. That is what she's want to do, yeah.
And for having 14 children, as 7.8 President Angelica mentioned, that's 14 children. One child alone is very hard. Having 14 to raise, and now she just did not stop with 14. She thinks of 7.8 billion people of the world. So with this, we will pause for a commercial to share with you what other projects she's doing, the Sunhawk project. Let's have the commercial, Javier, and we'll be right back after this.
At magbabalik po ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis.
To understand the significance of the Sunhawk Peace Prize, it's very important we understand about the life and the vision of the founders of this global peace movement, Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. Their great hope was to create a world of lasting peace. Despite facing every manner of difficulty and challenge, they never gave up on this vision and this hope that the entire world, all humanity, beyond nationality, religion, ethnicity, ideology, could come together as one universal family. Truly, we can build that world of everlasting peace. This is the hope of all the great religions, and this is the vision of the Sunhawk Peace Prize.
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay sa Amerika!
Hi everybody, my name is Romina, and today I want to talk about Mother of Peace, a memoir by Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon has led a life of sacrifice and perseverance and devotion toward God and humankind, and her life is such an inspiration for me to serve my family better and to serve my community better. She has really opened my heart toward a whole new dimension of being a true woman and what that really means. So each and every story in this book is so impactful and moving beyond tears. And it has really helped me really understand what a truly unified world really means, especially among the times we're living right now, where unity and coming together as one family under God is just becoming so essential and important for humankind to break through to the next era. So I invite you to explore this book and to read the memoir of Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon and really be impacted and go beyond the definitions of what a true woman really can do and achieve in her life. Thank you.
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhea Luz.
Well, did we give you all the things you can learn and be excited about? Are you excited to know more about Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon even more?
I am.
Yeah. What an amazing woman, amazing true mother. And Dr. Angelica, Dr. Susan, President Angelica, and my sister Kim, did you like those videos that you see?
Yes. Excellent. It was wonderful, especially the young lady. She was eloquent.
Yes, that is Romina Raman from Albania. And she is actually a full-blown mother-to-be. And
3 more days.
Yes. In fact, Romina, talking about Romina, she started the Mother of Peace book club here in Arizona.
Right.
So we're reporting to you more and more what Arizona women are doing through this program. Just as Kim and Dr. Susan and Glenda ignite the fire of women and what we can do in Arizona.
Right.
And now we're reporting it to you.
Bravo, bravo. The fire is coming from Arizona, no question.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Amazing team, amazing team.
Thank you. And as we talked earlier about Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, now let's talk about the book. We've been talking about her memoir, Mother of Peace. We would like to ask our President Angelika Selle to help us and introduce to us about this book. Although we have heard someone who read it, but we wanted to hear also from from our President Angelika Selle.
Well, this book is full of nuggets of wisdom, insights. It is a story of excitement, I would say, and deep, moving story of a woman that is with us right now. That's the thing. This woman is still here. We're not talking about somebody who's gone.
Right.
This woman is right here, right now with us. I first of all want to say she deserves the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
Yes. I agree.
Yes?
Yes.
Because in the book you see this very humble woman has accomplished so much. It is almost beyond human endeavor, right? It cannot be done by human power alone. But what I'd like to point out about that book, that is that it opens a window into her calling, which many people did not know about. She was known as the wife of Reverend Dr. Sun Myung Moon, accompanying him, living with him 24/7, 50 years, decades, investing into others, sleeping only 3 hours. But how did she handle that? Where does this come from? Where did that power come from? And the book talks about it, her calling from early age on. She was raised by her mother and grandmother in only referring to God as her father, for example. And that has given her that calling. She knew already she had a special mission to fulfill. And she was committed even at the age 17 when she met her husband, much younger than him.
Yes.
And so that story unfolds in that book. And when you see that she refers to herself sometimes as the only begotten daughter, I'd like to let you know what that means. This is not a title and a privilege in her book. That is a job description that she herself commits herself to. She is concerned, like Ria said earlier, about the 7.8 billion people, and she gives her life every minute of the day to this moment, and she's in her 70s right now. When you see her in the next Rally of Hope, I really want to invite everyone to actually see her. Then you can feel there's depth and love and heart beyond a human being almost, right?
Yes.
And that is what kept her going. And when she says the main thing in her life is, I'm grateful for everything. Being grateful has kept her going. So there are many, many secrets, ladies and gentlemen, secrets that you have not heard before, not only about herself, but these are secrets we can learn from and inherit from and live by. Also for the youth, she has lots of guidance for the future. She's thinking 1,000 years from now, I heard, from those who are right around her. The woman of tremendous vision. This is not just a temporary woman that we honor here. This is an icon that we need to get to know. You need to know this woman before you leave this earth. That's what I want to say.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then they can learn about her, even just a glimpse from this book. And that's Mother of Peace. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And we wanted to ask our Dr. Susan Taffer, who I know she had been in many panels about this Mother of Peace. And what is your impression, or what can you share with us, Dr. Susan, as you have been, you read this book, and would you mind sharing with us?
I'd be happy to. As both Angelica and Kim mentioned, the level of spirituality when you're in the presence of Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon is contagious, inspirational, and for all that you can imagine, how often do we get to feel that and experience it as a collective, but as a deeply personal way. And the book is a very excellent documentary about
Yeah.
history. Not only does it demonstrate Mother Moon's ability and gifts in the world and her own calling and the gifts she gives to other women who want to be leaders and step out, it shares a time in history that we all need to know about. So we can move forward perhaps in a different way with the spirit of the collective consciousness then and what it can be in the future.
Right.
Because we really all need to work hard right now to pull ourselves together as a united whole so humanity makes those positive moves forward, and that is what she demonstrates.
Yes.
And the book is truth. I mean, it's a biography. It's about a real person and a real set of circumstances, again, that we all need to know about. But what I want to share that's especially important is that when I am in her presence, what I experience is both the absolute realities of our experience as human beings, which is challenging, sometimes heartbreaking, difficult, and all the things that we've experienced in the way of grief and other things as being a human being. And then you also see this what can be in the presence of pure faith and pure honor and pure gratitude. And she exemplifies both of that. So you see the weight of the world of 7.5 billion people on her shoulders, and then you see the potential of her lifting that out of that fundamental dimension and moving into a new realm. And she has it both right there, and you see it, and it's so honest.
Yes, very.
That is a spokeswoman
Yes.
for our Mother of Peace book.
Yes.
Amazing. That I love how she so well
I
developed,
know.
how she explains it.
That's
I
why
love
we're
it.
very lucky today. We got all these amazing women to tell us. So Kim and Glenda, do you have anything more to add? Why others has to read this book as well?
Wow. Kim, you want to go first?
Well, as Susan shared, it's a great book of history, and also her history in the fact of where she came from. She came from the war-torn area of North Korea and had to make it safely to South Korea. She came from poverty. She came from some of the hardest situations that you could ever imagine, and then gave birth to all of those children, which, that she deserves a gold medal for that. And then continue to live a life that we can all feel inspired by. She is a selfless person. And she is also a person who believes in living your life in gratitude. And for someone who has come from her humble beginnings, from all the disadvantages that she has risen from, we're all from Phoenix, in the fact of Glenda, Rhea, Susan, and myself. And when we think about what that word really means, what Phoenix really means, I believe that Mother Moon really symbolizes that. And that how we can soar, but we need to soar with all of us.
Yes.
She needs all of our support. And that's where when Susan and I came back from South Korea and being in her presence and being in the presence of all of these other world leaders, we felt so inspired, and we continue to be inspired. And that's why we are so excited to be here today, and especially in the International Women's Month, to hopefully share that with all of you and know that we would love everyone's help and support. And there's going to be more information on how you can join us and join Mother Moon in the pursuit of peace.
Wow.
Yes.
Well
Thank
said.
you. Well said.
Oh,
Do
my
you have anything
goodness.
more to add, Glenn?
Oh, I just want to say how impressed I am with the understanding of all these incredible women sharing about, Hak Ja Han Moon's memoir. Two things stand out for me. The first one is when she wrote in her book about sacrifice. I see her as an offering, as a sacrifice to the world, a gift to the world.
Yes.
And the second thing that I also want to say is that, Dr. Selle said it, President Selly said it, that she is truly a kind of person that really takes on, you know, whatever she feels she wants to do, like a mother, at the
Yes.
heart of a mother.
Yes.
And I think that is really what she wants to help us with, you know, as women, to really create that kind of heart of the mother, so we can embrace. It starts in the family, then you're going to go in your community, then you're going to go in your nation, and so we can embrace the world. So it's an incredible role model for me, and I hope maybe one day she can become a role model for many other women.
Yes,
You know.
that's very true. And as also doctors, our President Angelica Selle mentioned about her talking about, she is called the only begotten daughter.
Yeah.
But it is a sense of responsibility, not a sense of title.
Right.
That makes us understand that we really need all the women as God's heavenly daughter to really take on that role that she is giving to us right now as President Angelika Selle
Right.
and Dr. Susan Taffer and Kim and you yourself has given us an opportunity at this time in history to get the chance to read
Yes.
about her life. Because for me, I can say her vision is actually realizing God's dream, realizing the dream of God.
Right.
And so when you unite, I personally can say why the radio show Buhay sa Amerika is because of uniting with her. My dream, a small dream, became a reality because I united with Dr. Hak Jahan Moon's vision in bringing the 25th anniversary of Women's Federation in Arizona.
Right.
Even without funds, we were able to have the
Yes.
support of the Latina community, which became the reason why I came to Entre Mujeres Radio, that I have the show started.
Right.
So to invite and encourage all the women and all men out there to really come up to know the Dr. Hak Jahan Moon. Read the book for you to understand that your dreams may also come true, because not only your dream will be realized, but also God's dream
Right.
will be realized, because she wanted to realize God's dream in her lifetime by 2027. That is there's a timeline. She's not a woman who's just saying it, but there's a timeline for the realization of God's will. So Dr. Angelica, well, you are a doctor to us already. For 10 years, you've been serving the world. She definitely needs a title, Dr. Angelika Selle. So you have anything else to add to us, President Angelica?
Yes. Yeah, you know, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon is working also on spiritual levels, and she is opening the way for all women, I think for the first time, to become true women. That is because she has gone the course for us and in front of us to discover our own divine, our own divinity as the
Right.
expression of the divine creator, who is male and female. That's what we
Yes.
see, because creation is created like that. We are made in the image of the divine God, right? So we are also already divine, and I think that is also her challenge to all of us women, that we are already divine. Nobody can define that except it's already defined. And we are all leaders also. Every woman is a leader in that we're raising our children, our families, and that we take responsibility and carry so much that's not in our job description. Because we see it,
Awesome.
and we just do when we see, right? We jump in, and that's what she's doing for the world, and that's what we are doing. So I'm so thrilled to see Dr. Susan and Dr. Kim Evans and you, when we come together and we all come to the same realization individually and in a different way. That tells me there's something going on, you know? There's a movement going on, a new women's movement that is not focusing on women, just women's rights.
Yes.
It's about women becoming a true woman, a true leader,
Much higher.
and also working together with our families, our husbands, so they become true husbands. That's another one of our roles, right? To help our husbands and our men and our sons to see their divine masculinity in themselves. And so this is a whole new take on marriage, a whole new take on life, on family, that is so needed right now because America is falling apart. America is losing the fabric that we once had, which is our God, right? And our working together, and so much strife and divide. People are getting tired of this. So I see Mother Moon as a true oasis in the wilderness, if you will. You know, a voice of hope, a voice of peace that is real. And we just heard, you know, we witnessed that. So I just hope that as many as possible can have that same access. And the book is the first entry, you know. You can enter her life through that. Yes. But I really hope that you all, women out there, mothers, get empowered by this amazing reality that is happening right here, and that we can go forward with hope, that we stay focused on positivity, that we stay focused on gratitude, humility, and all these things that have been kind of lost, seems like, so that our next generation, and that's what we are concerned about, and that's what Mother Moon's concerned about right now. She's focusing a lot about the next generation, because we need to be role models for them, especially the young women, right? Yeah. So that we don't have any more racial crimes and so forth. So yeah, there's so much more. Thank you.
Thank you, President Angelica, for saying that. And also you mentioned about the divine. And as Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, as we showed earlier the picture where she says she's looking forward that the 7.8 billion people of the world will understand that God is our heavenly parent, that only gave us, not only calling God, that God is also a woman, and giving us an opportunity. I mean, that is a revolutionary era.
Very revolutionary.
Right now, we can call, we call God as our heavenly Father. All the time God is a male figure. But finally, she put it in the forefront that God is a man and a woman in one. Yes. I mean, the image of God is called as heavenly parent. Right. It's a Mother and Father God. So I think that is one of the most revolutionary thing that Dr. Hak Jahan Moon has shared to the world, and inviting all of us as men and women, parents and children, to come and realize God as our heavenly parent. Yep. And I hope we can help her as she wants the 7.8 billion people of the world. And if that is needed at this time, if you believe that is needed at this time, share this message right now in your Facebook, Instagram, and in YouTube videos. Because this is a revolutionary era, and we need revolutionary women like Glenda here.
Well,
anything
I'm working
you
on
wanted
it.
to add, Glenn?
Huh?
Anything you wanted to add?
Oh, well, you said it already, Ria. You know, I don't need to say anything anymore. Just if your heart is stirred by anything what was said here, please follow your heart and do something to really make this world a better place. Because, you know, the crises and everything, pandemic, you know, we don't want to, you know, be stuck with it, but let us really move forward in doing something that we're real excited about. So, Ria, I give it back to you. You did such a great job, you know, and I'm really happy that you kind of stirred us up to really make the next step. Be active, get involved, because it's the only way how we can really change the world.
That happens when you belong to the Women's Federation for World Peace. I am not on fire all the time, but since I joined the Women's Federation for World Peace, I am on fire, Glenn.
Yes, we all are on fire.
Yes, and look what Dr. Susan and Kim what happened to them when they saw her in person. And our President Angelika Selle has been serving for 10 years. This Women's Federation for World Peace. That is enough for people to know why we have the drive. People are asking me, where do you get your energy? They see me at night, they see me at the daytime. I tell you, my energy comes from God and through the Women's Federation for World Peace, who inspired me. So, Dr. Angelika Selle, yes, you are now Dr. Angelika Selle to us.
I accept.
Dr. President Angelica Selle. That's going to be your new title now.
Yes. And as you were mentioning about our Mother Moon, we wanted her to be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize, yes.
I think she deserved, a woman of her stature should be nominated, not only nominated, she deserved that more than 100 times. And
Right.
yes, so Dr. Angelica, yes, Dr. Angelica Selle. We already gave you a name, Dr. Angelica Selle.
Accept.
Yes.
Accepted, yes.
Would you be able to tell us, there is something going to happen in June 26? It would be good if it come from you.
Okay, sure. One of the projects that Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, and actually together with her husband, the Reverend Sun Myung Moon, on his very last few days before he passed, launched was the Global Women Peace Network, which is a project of Women's Federation for World Peace International to bring together NGOs and decision makers and institutions to collaborate together to create that world of peace we're talking about from every sector of society, based on the same principles of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values. So this Global Women Peace Network has been launched 2 years ago, but we are having national forums here in America every month. And the next one coming up is on the 26th of March, and it's entitled Women's Leadership in Reconciliation and Peacemaking - The Next Generation. We'll have young women leaders speaking to that topic and how they see their role as future leaders of peacemakers and peace leaders. So please come. Please join. Sorry, this is all virtual, by the way, right? We're not coming anywhere. We're not traveling right now. So yeah, please join. It's at 2 p.m. on the 26th Eastern Standard Time. It's 1 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. We also have a very wonderful entertainment component with a young Korean lady who is doing calligraphy arts with music. So that will be a very special treat this time.
Yes. So we are giving them already a date, June 26th. Save the date for June 26th.
Right.
She's coming to America, right, Dr. Selle?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. I was talking about the upcoming Global Forum. That's the,
yes. March
there are two
26th.
events. They're on the 26th. Okay, the other one, the
Yes.
26th of March is coming soon. That's what I was talking about. But then Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon herself will be coming to the U.S. in June 26th.
June 26th. Yeah.
Save the day, ladies
save
and
the day.
gentlemen.
Save the date.
March 26th.
26
and
is an
June
important
26th.
number right now.
Yes.
Okay, keep that number.
That's okay.
26, 26, 26.
I know. 26 is a big number now.
It's a big number, and it's a heavenly number.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And also, Women's Federation is turning 29 this year.
Yep.
On April 10. So we wanted to encourage you to be a member of the Women's Federation for World Peace, because God needs more women leaders to come up and rise and shine, ladies.
Right.
I am a shy kid, but because of Women's Federation for World Peace, look at me now. So I encourage you, be a member of the Women's Federation for World Peace and contact wfwp.us, and you will be as talkative, or maybe better than me, maybe more talkative than me after that.
Yeah, please go on the website. We have incredible information there. You can see how you can become a global friend even.
Yes.
You can even become a member. You can register for the Logic of Love newsletter, which is free.
Yes.
And if you can follow right now, that is all the different projects that Women's Federation is doing. So I hope you can go online and check it out.
Yes, and help change the world, because women are changing the world today. And we need all the women in the world. Half of the world population are women. And so we need all of you. Dr. Susan, my beloved Sister Kim, do you have anything more to add? We have 1 minute to go.
Thank you so much. The inspiration for Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, Mother Moon, to be here in June, I'm so looking forward to that. So please keep us updated on the exact time, the exact place, and how we can join virtually all over the United States.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Susan.
Thank you. Dr. Susan.
And again, all of you can become a part of what we're doing here today to bring world peace. And when we think of what Mother Teresa said, how can one person make a difference? She said, think about one drop in the ocean, right? So we're all unique drops. And I have been so inspired today and by all of these women. And that's one great thing about being involved is that you get to be with wonderful women like I am today. So please join us in our pursuit for peace.
Awesome.
Yes. And with that, God needs you. And we wanted to invite you on those dates that we have mentioned. Glenda, Dr. Susan, Kim, and President Angelica Selle, thank you so much for joining. And to all our friends who watch us today, thank you so much for joining. And God bless you
for having us.
Love you.
Thank you for being here. Bye.
Don't forget to like and share.
Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!